Good luck. Okay, so we played d4, c5. This is kind of like a semi-Benoni, so let's advance d5 and take some space. d6. We can start with e4 here. Hey, Mike Fox 2K, thanks for following. And knight f6. All right, let's defend this pawn. So this is kind of like a weird Benoni where black doesn't really play e6 super early. So let's just develop normally. Bishop g7. And I actually kind of like throwing in this check in this position, because it makes things a little bit awkward for black. Now they have to choose, obviously, how to deal with the check. But every move kind of has its drawbacks, like knight d7, for example. Okay, blocks the bishop, but also it reduces black's flexibility, because maybe they wanted to play knight a6, and now they can't do that. And on bishop d7, we could pull back, or I quite like this move, a4. Because actually, we're not super fond of trading the bishops here, because we have a decent amount of space, even though this is kind of our bad bishop. But I will trade the bishops if we get a takes b5, because then the open a file makes things totally worth it. And then this is just kind of an awkward tension for black to deal with. It's hard for them to really free their position, and they can't go e6 here because we're taking and then taking on d6. So castles. And now we could castle here, but I'm strongly considering this move because it stops black from freeing themselves with bishop g4. So when we're playing against the Benoni, it often really is about this light squared bishop. And you just don't want to make things easy for the bishop. If the bishop gets out, often black does quite well. If the bishop doesn't get out, then white is happy. Okay, knight c7. Now we could still leave this guy here, taking what I think kind of give black what he wants. But if we just leave it, knight takes b5, ab. Kind of position is that? I think that's reasonable, but I actually think it would be better to keep the space advantage. So I'm gonna go for bishop c4 here. Kind of overprotecting this one, and our plan is becoming just to break with e4, e5. So rook e1, bishop f4, e5, every move kind of supports this. The Budapest is definitely much better than the England Gambit, 100%. Okay, a6, yeah, normal move, trying to get b5 in. And actually right now they can do it, so I think we're gonna have to go for a5. Which is not like actually a move that we want to make 100% of the time, because the drawback to this move is that it gives up this square, and sometimes black can make use of that. But I'm thinking on knight b5, I might play knight a4 to avoid the trade. Try to get my knight to the b6 square. Okay, rook b8. I think this was a better move, because often black wants to just trade off one of these pieces and just get it somewhere. Here we can think about knight a4, but knight a4 black will take. So instead, let's support our e5 idea. Now, question is, do we want to go here? b5 takes, rook takes, and then this one is hanging. e5 takes, knight takes, rook takes b2. Might be okay for white, but like knight d3 there. sure if it's really necessary to sack the pawn. Yeah, I think we get the same play with rook e1, so I'm going to keep the bishop here, kind of prophylactically defending this one. Yeah, that's a good point, Sterling. On knight a4, I would have to figure out something on queen takes a5. I was thinking knight takes c5, but then the rook is hanging, knight b3, and I was trying to trap the queen, but I couldn't quite make it work, so I'm not sure if on knight b5 I actually could play knight a4 or not. My guess is maybe not. I might have to play some other move like bishop d2 or something. Okay, b5. Let's take. I assume rook takes. And now we just want to get our break. This is our big break. Take, we take with the knight. Bishop still doesn't really have a great square because if it goes to f5, that knight will show up on c6. And then we can even go after the c5 pawn as well. Okay, knight e8. Now I really want to play e6 here because that just seems like a very juicy move. But it might not be that good. Takes, bishop c6. The other move we can play just to keep the initiative is bishop g5, which might be really unpleasant too. So bishop g5. If rook b2, then we take here, and e7 is hanging. If we take first, then ed, or knight takes d6 actually, knight can come out. And if here, g5, it'd be really nice to just sack. Bishop takes, knight takes, threatening queen h5. So bishop f5, there's de. Probably doesn't work actually. De, the rook, involves itself into the attack, into the defense actually. Bishop d3. I can come up to f6. Yeah, I don't think the sack is gonna be, unless we can start with like e6 or something. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play bishop g5 because I think this is one of the more dangerous moves for black in the position. And it's important to try to pose some problems for the opponent. So yeah, on this one, I think we're just taking here. And then if bishop c3, de7, that just looks like we're kind of taking more material overall, winning the rook, and then get the exchange. So I feel like h6 is kind of the critical move. So my idea is bishop h4, g5 to kind of kick the bishop out. Then we could go bishop g3. Like, I'm really not worried about this pawn. But on g5, we can also go e6, which looks really dangerous. Yeah, so let's pull back. Well, the thing is, on e takes d6, black... Actually, e takes d6 was good. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah, I didn't realize. Because we can take here. We just win the exchange. And if knight takes d6, bishop takes c7. No, I think you're right, Sterling. I think this was a stronger move. All right, g5. Let's push this one. Also take here, and then I think we're grabbing and grabbing here. I'm gonna try to use the light squares. Actually, super double-edged position, very double-edged. Can't even say that we're not even sure if we're in good shape. Could be worse. Who knows? Alright, FE, let's take. Or wait, did we want to take here first? I think this is where we want to take here, actually. Yeah. We're just trying to open up the king, and it's very important for me to keep this one closed. So that was kind of the point of e6. Okay, guys, I see the I see the discussion in the chat, and it's driving me crazy. All openings are positional, okay? All openings have some positional elements. You guys are naming like the sharpest openings in chess, like King's India and Benko. Like Sicilian has some positional ideas too. Okay, all openings are positional. There's no such thing as just playing like, oh, only dynamically or only positionally. It's always a balance. It's always a balance. Yeah. So don't be like, oh, I can't play solid and positional. What does that mean? You don't know how to put a pawn defending another pawn? Like, just keep your stuff defended. That's positional chess. All right, HG. Now we can take with the knight, or we can take here first. One line that would be really sweet is knight g5. E takes d5. It's not gonna happen, but it would be sweet. Queen h5, knight f6, knight takes d5, knight takes h5, knight takes c7, double check, king h8, knight g6 mate. That would be really sweet if we could get that. But the problem is knight g5, I think black will probably go e5. Unfortunately, we can't play our beautiful line. So let's take. Hey, Bozix. How are you? We're doing good. All right, bishop c6. So let's take on g5. And, okay, if allowed, we want to play queen h5, but black does have knight f6, so this is where the attack gets a little bit tricky, because it's not like we're just giving mate here, but we're going to have to come up with some kind of move to support the attack. Maybe bishop d3, maybe some knight e4. We'll see. Maybe we'll go rook e3, rook g3. A lot of options for white. So this is very much like, you know, a real sacrifice. In that, you know, we're not exactly sure how we're going to win. I also really want to get this rook in. Rook takes b2. Oof. Oof. That seems really greedy at not the right time. Okay, let's play rook a3. And we just want to bring this one in. Maybe some queen h5, knight f6, queen f7 stuff. Would be cool. Okay, d5. Oh, interesting move, actually. Didn't realize black could do this. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Here we go for a cheeky knight e4. I think we gotta try it. Because queen is hanging. And we want to get this guy in here. It looks good. It looks dangerous. Now we have queen h5 threat. Very painful. I think we're just gonna go for this one, yeah. Knight f6 takes, rook takes. It's not quite over. Really wish I could go queen f7, but it just doesn't work. Black has everything covered. Okay, so we'll take. I think we'll go rook f3. A little bit flagging here, but it's okay. Often can be stronger not to throw in the checks immediately. Oof. All right, we'll take that one. Oh no. Oh, they meant to take with the knight. GG. GG, Dripman. All right, sticking to 1d4. Neither Jackson. I've only seen one Star Wars movie. Let's go for the Nimzo. And I've never seen any Star Trek. Okay, bishop b4. Let's play queen c2. I will take opening suggestions, but keep in mind for the speedrun, I'm playing all 1d4. And the e4, e5 is black, and King's Indian is against d4. No, I didn't see the Disney Star Wars. I saw the one that was like 15 years ago. Forget what it was called. I think Sith was in it. It was one of the Sith ones. Okay, usually on c5, we take. Yeah, you know, guys, I've just never been a big sci-fi guy. Like, just not into sci-fi. Never watched Star Wars, never watched Star Trek. Never watched whatever else is there, Doctor Who. Okay, d6. Let's develop our bishop. Alien, no. Just no sci-fi. I just never liked sci-fi. I was always into just like comedies, you know? Like sitcoms. When it comes to TV shows. Okay, b6. I'm just going to develop very safely here. This bishop on c5, though, is actually kind of a difficult piece, probably, because a3 and b4 are going to come. But yeah, I like shows. I mean, I was a big fan of you know, like Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. Louis was good. Anyone see Louis? That was hilarious. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All right, let's castle here. What else? Okay, let's throw in a3, because this will get black to play a5, and then we'll win the b5 square for good. Yeah, Wilfred was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of Wilfred. I did like both Seinfeld and Friends, but I always liked Seinfeld a lot more. d5. Okay, this feels too early. Because black isn't even castled yet. So we're definitely going to open up the center. The question is, do we start with bishop g3 or do we start with knight b5? I think we start with bishop g3 here. I think this is a more unpleasant move. Yeah, I never liked How I Met Your Mother that much, to be honest. I'm sorry, Jackson. I'm just disappointing you left and right here. I just thought it was like, it's just too campy. You know, it was a good show, Reno 911. Very happy to see that show back. That show was hilarious. That was my favorite show. Okay, queen c8. So knight b5. Maybe I can castle. We can also take first and try to open things up. Let's see, can we do anything here? Takes, knight takes, bishop takes, e4. Bishop will drop back. I don't see anything super clear, actually. Which is surprising, because it feels like black has really committed a lot of crimes so far, and should be able to punish them. I guess we could go knight b5, knight d6, and just take the two bishops. But it feels like we could have gotten more. Whoa, okay, I have an idea. It's kind of deep. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll try it. I was thinking takes, knight takes, bishop takes, right? Because black doesn't really want to be left with IQP. And here I want to go b4, bishop e7, take, bishop a6, hitting the rook. has to come down, I think. And then I want to go rook c1, take. And then our rook is coming into c7 at the end. And I think we have really nice initiative for the endgame. So let's go for it. It looks fun. It looks good. In terms of music, I don't know. I guess I like this kind of stuff. Lo-fi, chill hop. All right, rook c2 as expected. We could also go knight d4 here and try to get the rook off of the c file. But why not just exchange off black's most active piece rather than let black keep a rook? Because when we trade off, then we'll have one active rook and black will have 0 active rooks. They're going to castle. We go rook c7 and we just start cleaning up. So, this is a good line. This is a good endgame. Well, if takes bishop d8, then that's really slow, right? We'll go like bishop b5, for example, or rook c8 and just kind of, yeah, put pressure. We can also go like bishop d6 and stop black from castling. So it would be a tough one. Okay, well, let's come in. And so this is an example where we have like a very symmetrical pawn structure, right? Like no one really has any huge weaknesses, but white's pieces are much more active. Okay, knight b8, interesting. So black is trying to trade. So take on a7. Knight has to go back to b8. So, or we can just pull the bishop back. But I think actually the trade is totally fine. Let's take this one. There is move rook c8 here with a nice counter attack, but we'll just go h3. It's like no bother. And the reason I went for this because this knight just feels very, very weak. And black doesn't really have a great option for it. Rook a8, okay. Well, let's take. And we're gonna dominate the knight. And then we're gonna think about pushing b5 here and giving ourselves 2 connected passers. So there are some drawing chances here for black because of the opposite color bishops. We have to be careful, but I think we can do this one. First, let's bring in the king. No real rush here. Knight d4 might also be okay, but yeah, I wanted to start with this one just to make sure. Not that it had to be played, but make sure the knight gets dominated. Oh, wow. Black played this one. I wasn't expecting that because of knight d4. Yeah. And now this pawn is lost. So that's why. F7. Takes. Thanks, Brayden, for the clip. All right, let's go here. Look at this total domination we're about to have. So this one will go here. And then bishop c6 takes. It never works because takes will have takes. So we could go e4, but then f5 actually. Well, let's black trade off some pawns, so I don't really want to do it. So let's just go a4. I think there's nothing black can really do here. He's just totally stuck. Like, knight is stuck, and now there's no threat because take. The pawns are just going to be too strong, so we can literally just like chill. Knight c7 is possible, but I'm not sure I want to trade off the knights because of the opposite color bishops. It should still be winning with like the two connected passers, but I'll have to make sure I keep two. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to let my opponent off the hook either, so I might as well just like do nothing. Just bring my king in. Now if king d5, this would be cool. You can go here, here, and then knight b3. Okay, so h5. Let's keep bringing in the king. g5. Let's bring in this guy. f5. All right, now I think we're actually going to have to do something for once. Let's go here. Oh, that was fast. Let's take. Then we're just gonna go g3. Make sure that black doesn't get their pass pawn ever. h4? Not sure. Hey, thanks, Sunny. This is the Twitch and Chill playlist off Spotify. Wait, did Micro just say they like to eliminate all moves black ever has before slowly driving up? Isn't this the same guy who was like, I can't play positional chess? Guess what, buddy? Who's gonna tell him? All right, so knight c7 I think is what we're gonna do here. I think we're just gonna have to trade things off. That's why I wanted to bring my king here first, so that the a pawn wasn't hanging. But now we're either taking this one or taking this one. And with the two pawns on the queen side, this should be enough to win the game, as black will never be able to liquidate the king side. All right, guys, we have a good prediction up. Get your bets in. I'm actually only going to be streaming for like another 20 minutes or so, so it's probably going to be one more game. All right, e4. Yeah, probably it's going to be very easy draw for black with the opposite color bishops, except for the fact that we can just run the pawns up. Other than that, it's a very safe endgame. Oh, it's a poll. Sorry, it's not a prediction. It's a poll. All right, bishop a8. Let's push the pawns on the light square so we don't allow the king in. That was a nice Zugzwang, huh? Look at this. Bishop can't move, and then the king has to let our king in. All right, then we're gonna go here. And yeah. Actually, this might be even cleaner, because on b6, there's no way to get the pawn up, but on this one, pawn actually goes all the way. Wow. My best draw ever in a classical game was thanks to the power of opposite color bishops. I managed to draw Likwang Liam. Yeah, we just go here. I like giving my opponents a semblance of hope that I'm gonna like flag or something. I just take my time. All right, let's find the fastest checkmate though. No more messing around. Let's keep this check. Let's keep the king cut. And now he's trying to run away. You're not going anywhere, fella. Yeah, take the pawn. That's fine. How are we gonna win this one? The guy's like building a fortress here. Oh no. Uh-oh. All right. We gotta be careful here. Man, what is happening? Oh my god. Oh man. This is literally the craziest thing I've ever seen. Wow. This is insane. Guys, we're not gonna win this one. Oh man. Brutal. Oh no, we're gonna make a draw. Well, never mind. We might win now. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, brutal.